With regard to the astro-theological perspective of intuitively observable celestial phenomena, a spell-binding splinter of the collective unconscious has endured centuries of totalitarian sorcery. As we live through a time where this testable true earth revelation often induces a complete shock to the core, the awakening of the masses seeks a binding agent to connect us all back to the absolute truth about this realm. Step closer into the veil and unleash truly magic properties by accessing realms beyond, not with a billionaire's rocket ship, but with the power that's always existed within you to do so all along. School prisons and money-hungry colleges were never going to tell you anything about this. This book is crucial.
Suicide's on one. Suicide, motherfuckers. Shafts the dome. We're all in. Fuck it up. Do it again. Ooh, yeah.
Can you guys hear me? All right, Rumble YouTube family, what's good? What's happening? Woo! We're here. It's Wednesday. I don't even know. We had a lot of us had off at the beginning of the week. Welcome everybody. Ironwork 92,000 in the house. Good to see everybody. I know that was a little bit awkward to start off, but whatever, man. Just as long as we're here, just as long as we start, you know what I'm saying? It's good to see everybody. We're here. I think it's Wednesday. I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday. It feels like a Wednesday, I guess. And yeah, we're here, man. We're here. We got a couple of things to discuss. Not going to keep you guys for too long because I kind of got you at the last second. Normally, I don't transmit on Wednesday, but at least we're here. You know what I'm saying? At least y'all came, y'all showed up, and that's good. That's good enough. I'm going to do my best to not step on anybody's toes because I know that there are people that are transmitting tonight, probably a little bit later on. I know Sav's got his show. I think well, I know Banjo's going to be on at night, and you know, a whole bunch of people have their own stuff going on, but definitely I know Sav's going on. Last night we had Mark Sargent was on. DJ Curious was also on last night too, so shout out to them. Yeah, definitely shout out to them. But like clockwork, let me do the do so I don't have to be up here too long greeting everybody. But throughout the night, of course, you know how we do. We're definitely going to greet. Tarita Cirque, how you doing, sis? Welcome. You might not be here right now, but if you are, salute. Good to see you, sis. Our beautiful sister Tarita Cirque is here. Flat Earth Outlaw Harmon, he is also here. Good to see you, sir. Welcome. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Heron Song, my beautiful sister Heron Song is also here too. Good to see you, sis. Welcome. Good to see you. D-Man, Mr. D-Man. Hey, Vlad, you know, you kind of messed that up. That song is actually from 1961, not 1962. So you're going to have to correct that. I just looked it up. I'm just kidding. Good to see D-Man. You know, I got to make fun of your ass, man. You know how I do, man. Good to see D-Man's here, too. That's what's up. Good to see you, bro. Supinelli's here. How you doing? The beautiful sister Supinelli's here. Good to see you, Sue. I think I saw you two yesterday. I thought I saw Sue yesterday, and I think I saw D-Man yesterday, too, on a Mark's show. So yeah, you know how it is. You know, everybody, it's like an episode of The Simpsons. The whole crowd just shows up at different episodes and stuff throughout the week. So, you know who I haven't been to in a while is I haven't been to Rogers' show in a long time. It's been a while since I've been on Rogers. So I'm gonna have to sometime this week make a pit stop, say what's up and stuff like that. Another one I haven't been to in a while is PJ's show. PJ be on in like the middle of the day, so I just be otherwise busy. And I can't make PJ's show, but if I could, I would. So shout out to Raj, shout out to PJ. I hope to make a pit stop here soon to your show, Roger. Let me continue. Giselle Pelletier. Oh. You must be a Canadian, oh. One of my beautiful Canadian sisters, eh? You like crawdad? Huh? I like seafood too. It's like, let me stop. I'm just acting foolish. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Plain and simple truth. How you doing, bro? Welcome. Good to see you. The next chapter is here in the Foundry with us. Good to see you, sir. Welcome, welcome. Carl is here. Good to see you, Carl. Welcome. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. JJ is in the Foundry with us. JJ, good to see you, bro. Oh, that reminds me. By the way, guys, if you have a channel or if you are getting a channel ready, drop it now. Do not wait on me. I only say that just to remind myself so I could remind y'all because I know y'all forget. Please drop your links in the Foundry so everybody can have access to it. Please, please, please. And I don't even care if it's not a YouTube channel. I don't care if it's a Rumble, Twitch, Twitter, whatever channel you got. Drop it in there so we can all have access to it, please. All right. This is like the Library of Alexandria in here. I want everybody to share the information. Good to see you, JJ. Welcome, welcome. All right, Jim and East. Good to see you, sir. Jim Anise is in the Foundry, and Jim has been doing a lot of work as usual with the heavenly bodies and everything else, man. And shout out to those guys that have been doing a lot of work with the stars and the like. I mean, because I don't do it. A lot of us don't really get down to do it, but you guys that go outside and have to deal with the elements and deal with the people, deal with the noise, be outside and all that. It's not so much now, but when you're out there doing it, I give you guys mad credit because you're doing the stuff we're not doing. So shout out to y'all getting the stars, and Jim Anus, you're one of them dudes. You, I know Harmon does it. JJ and Jay Bird have been doing it as of recent, right? That's what's up. So shout out to you guys again, going out there doing a do. That's what's up. All right, moving right along. Flat Bob, good to see you, sir. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Hey, Flat Bob, man, give me a shout sometime, man, during our off time, man, so we could talk. You know what I'm saying? Haven't heard from you in a while. Had me a little bit, wondering where you was at. But at the same time, I could have called. So I ain't got to worry about you doing it all the time. I could call too. So no fault of yours, man. But it's good to see our brother Flat Bob is here. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you, man. Always a pleasure. Nate X, the original. Good to see you, Nate. Nate X is here with us in the Foundry. Welcome, sir. Welcome. All right, all right. Chris Allen, good to see you, bro. Welcome, welcome. Actually, no, I didn't say hi to you, did I? But I'm saying hi to you. If even if it's twice, I can say hi twice. You know what I'm saying? What's up, man? Good to see you, family. Welcome, welcome. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Chris Allen. Who else we got here? Super Nelly, Flat Bob, D Man, Jiminese. Giselle. Giselle. Godheart Guardian. Man, that's a blast from the past right there. I haven't seen you in a while, sir. Good to see our brother Godheart Guardian is here. That dude don't mess around, boy. Good to see Godheart Guardian is here in the Foundry with us. Welcome, sir. Welcome, welcome. Always a pleasure. Lord Racer, that's what's up, man. Now you know we firing off on all the cylinders when it's the same people that's here. That's what's up. Lord Racer, Godheart, you know who I haven't seen? Haven't seen Pebs. Haven't seen Maria. Haven't seen Warrior. I haven't seen them. I haven't seen Shannon Emerson. I haven't seen them. Haven't seen them. You know what I'm saying? These are some of the usual suspects. These are some of the regulars, and I haven't seen y'all. Sorry, I had to call y'all out by name like that, but it's always a pleasure to see y'all. I know we're in a good place when it's like those people. Not no offense to everybody else that shows up in here, but as I see the more familiar faces and stuff, I'm like, we're good. Santero, I saw Santero the other day, so I can't say I haven't seen him in a while because that would not be true. But I like, I still like seeing the familiars. You know what I'm saying? It make me feel good. But then again, if you can't make it, I can't blame you for that. That's all a meism, strictly because I did this at the last minute, didn't give you guys a heads up or nothing like that to prepare and everything else. So no fault of yours, always a fault of mine. So I'm just gonna have to be better with my timing and everything. So, but for the guys that are here, shout out to you. Thank you for being here. But for you guys that aren't here right now, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? But definitely enjoy it later on. We'll have something for you for sure, for sure. Moving right along, moving right along. In the next chapter, I said what's up to you, but it's still good to see you, sir. And the next chapter is in the Foundry too. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. The next Flat Bob. All right. Yeah, Brian Roy. Brian Roy is here with us. Good to see you, Mr. Roy. Brian Roy, welcome, sir. Welcome. Mojo Shop. Hey, brother. Good to see you, family. Mojo Shop is in the Foundry with us. Good to see you, man. Good to see ya. All right. Yeah. Yeah, man. Looking good in here. All right. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Okay. Yes. Plain and simple truth. I didn't see Big Pine sailing, you know. You know, it's the dudes that be showing up late, Big Pine sailing and stuff like that. Every once in a while we'll get old dude from Chicago that's damn, why am I missing his name? It'll come to me. But that's the thing. That's what happens. I haven't seen him in such a long time that, like, when I see his thumbnail, I'm like, I know who it is, and then I say it. But damn, I forgot his name. But he's from Chicago, real smart, flat earther, and everything. So, let's see, Mr. Soups, good to see you, sir. Mr. Super Sidewind is here with us. Mr. Soups is here with us. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. Okay, I was talking bad about you. Warrior, I was talking bad about you. Yes, sir. True Earth Whisperer, good to see you, sir. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Level Plane Productions, welcome, sir. And I went ahead and I subbed. Guys, again, please don't wait on me. Drop your channel because Level Plane Productions has a channel now, and he's been building some stuff. So Level Plane, look, man, we want to look at your stuff. So please drop your channel if you hadn't done so. If you own a channel, drop your channel in here so everybody's got access to it, please. Yeah, so Level Plane Productions has been working on some stuff that I think requires a little bit of attention. Some pretty good stuff, modeling of what this place is or what it possibly could be. I think it's totally interesting. Definitely requires some eyes on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. Moving, 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 moving. Okay. Heron Song, Mr. Soups. I haven't seen Dr. Bass. Dan MC, welcome, sir. Dan MC, good to see you. Good to see you. Mandel Britt, good to see you, fam. Good to see ya. Good to see you. Mandel Britt. Maria, hey, I was talking bad about you, girl. I was just talking bad about you. Maria Walker's finally here. Y'all know Maria she gotta be fashionably late. I'm just giving you hell, Maria. Hey, I'm just happy you showed up. You know what I'm saying? There's times where you're like, oh, I didn't even see my phone. And I'm like, okay, all right, okay. But you're here. That's all that matters. Now, the last piece to the puzzle, or one of the last pieces, Pebbles. When we get Pebbles in here, we form Voltron, form the Blazing Sword. Remember that? Form Blazing Sword. Then he come after that row beast like, come here, motherfucker. Pow! Just slice that row beast in half and shit. Blazing Sword. I remember, man, when I was a kid watching Voltron, and then Voltron there would be times where Voltron wouldn't be one episode. He'd be getting his ass kicked in the middle of the episode, and then you like, there's no way he's gonna win this. What do you mean to be continued? For what? To be continued for what? And I'm like, don't you have a blazing sword? Why don't you start the fight with the blazing sword? I think that would be better. Why are you fighting that thing with missiles and your teeth hands? Get the sword. But Voltron would come out there with his feet that were teeth and his hands that were teeth. And I'm like, you could have just took that big ass sword out and just chopped this sucker in half. Did anybody think of this, or was it just me? Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, dude, you got a whole blazing sword just ready to cut some row beasts in half. Just cut them in half. Then we could all go home. Form, blazing sword. It's like after you finish getting your ass whooped, you want to start using that knife. Okay. Okay. Okay, I got you. But whatever. I liked Voltron. I like the Lion Voltron more than I like the Car Voltron, but that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, not talking about Voltron today, so let me slow it down. Oh, now, one of the things that I wanted to discuss was I wanted to give a preparatory, a pre-congratulations, a pre-shout out. I don't know if he's listening to our brother Jay Bird. Jay Bird, congrats to Jay Bird. Jay Bird, if you don't know, guys, is starting his channel. And Jay Bird, if you don't know, guys, get to know because I think Jay Bird might be going live this weekend. That's right, folks. Jay Bird, as you all know him, Jeremy Bird, is going to be going live. He's starting his channel, everything else. So his channel should be up and running. Whoever's got it, JJ, I know you're quick with the trigger. So if you don't mind dropping Jay Bird's info in there and letting everybody just access to his channel, that would be amazing. Thank you very much, if you would, please. Jay Bird starting his thing, man. So shout out to Jay Bird, bruh. If you need any help, we got you. We got a whole bunch of people that have tried or that are still doing StreamYard. We ain't the best at it, but we kind of have a handle on it. You know what I'm saying? So definitely something to be congratulated on, I think. And something to be proud of, man, because I really want everybody to have their own channel. Uh you know, but hey man, it ain't for everybody, and that's okay. But for those that are doing it, man, I'm gonna be everywhere. I'm gonna back you up as much as I can because I know you guys do that for me, and so I really appreciate it. But again, it's not about me. It's definitely about you, and it's about the community at large. And it goes to show you that we have this gift of gab. We have this gift of gab, and we have this opportunity in front of us to like reach people in our own kind of way. And so talking about flat earth and promoting the flat earth, I think is a good thing, and definitely something that we can all do, right? And again, in our own way. No, not one person is better than anybody else. We just have our own way of reaching people. So I really like that you guys are taking that big step now. Listen, guys, I'm trying to tell Jay Bird, don't fuck with YouTube no more. If you want to do TikTok, great. Yes, do TikTok. Have your YouTube to start having people here and then funneling them over to something to a different platform like Rumble. At least there on Rumble, you could get paid. I could give you 10 cents. I could give you $1. You know what I'm saying? So, Jay Bird, if you're listening, you're probably at work, Lord knows. If you're listening right now, get you a Rumble. Matter of fact, I'll send you the stuff. Just do what I tell you to do so you can start your own channel on Rumble, man. Because YouTube is cool because you get the mass in, but Rumble is good too, man. So at least you can get a nickel and a dime in your pocket, man. Enough money for you to go buy yourself a cup of coffee or something. Get you a cigarette or something. I don't know. But yeah, man, shout out to Jay Bird. Shout out to Jay Bird. Congrats, Jay Bird. We love you in the Foundry, man, and we're so proud of you, and we're happy that you're starting your channel and you're gonna do big things, man. We can't wait. All right, so that is about the channels, and oh, it's not just Jay Bird, guys. If you're gonna start a channel, if you're interested in starting your channel, too. If you're going to start it here on Rumble or on YouTube, that's fine. You also want to double down and start yourself a Rumble channel as well. Start your Rumble, start something that could generate instant capital. You know what I'm saying? Rumble, the other one, TikTok. Start those things. I will support. I will definitely support whatever channel you got going. I will support. You know what I'm saying? Because there are a lot of you guys that come in here, you attend, you come in, we talk. You know what I'm saying? You come in, you support, and I really appreciate that, man. So again, I will support you. You start a channel, let me know. I will support you. Heron Song, I haven't seen you do anything in a while. Just saying, Heron Song, I think you should do a Rumble. Dr. Bass Ackwards, you too. I think you should do a Rumble. Um, I just think your message would go a little further and it would have a little bit more impact out in Rumble. Rumble is one of those outspoken channels. Streaming, I guess you could say streaming services. It's I don't know. I don't know what else you would call it. But one of those services where I think your voice, especially in the um niche predicament that we're in, your voice carries a little bit further with Rumble than it does in YouTube. So I recommend if you're gonna do this, right, get you a Rumble as well. I'll support both. Anyway, enough about that. Enough about that. As usual, as you guys like to know that I really enjoy talking about the hours. We are still 2 grand away. 2 grand away. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna probably drop 100 this week. I'll probably drop 100 this week. We are 2 grand away. Drop 100, $1,900 away. Just $1,900, y'all. Guys, there it is right there. Please contribute to the hours, old world ruins and structures. We are close, 20, $22,000 away from getting phase two done. We are almost there. Right there, y'all. Right there. Please contribute. PayPal, Cash App to the hours. We are almost there. Let's get this thing popping, y'all. Let's get it popping. Let's get it popping. We're almost there, fam. Contribute to the hours. And so today, I thought it was necessary to come on because we're approaching the end of the month. I don't know what else to say. Uh, Next month is coming. Specifically, I wanted to get on before June showed up because this is something that I discussed on Mark Sargent's channel yesterday. There are a lot of lies being told. There are a whole lot of lies being told. And it doesn't matter whether you believe the earth is flat, whether you believe it's a globe, whether you like Democrat, Republican, you drink Pepsi, Coke, Mr. Pibb, Dr. Pepper, it don't matter. We're all going to be lied to by the same group of people just about some different stuff. Basically, it's just to foster more division. I don't know if you guys are familiar, and I'm going to kind of bring you guys up to speed. Bunch of stuff is happening. Um, I don't know if you guys are familiar. Well, let me kind of work my way down. So I like sports, right? I grew up loving sports. My favorite sport, obviously, football, right? Grew up playing football, grew up just immersed in football. I was good too. Your boy was good. You know what I'm saying? I was good. Playing football, watching football, playing football, eating, sleeping, and drinking and crapping football. Everything football. I loved football. And of course, living in New York, you really ain't got much of a football team. The closest thing you got is Syracuse or Rutgers University, which is still trash. Anyway, um, so next best thing, NFL football. Love the New York Giants. New York Giants was my favorite football team of all time. Love Big Blue, right? Recently, look, I know it doesn't matter. You know it doesn't matter, but it's just the whole optics of it all, right? Recently, the quarterback of the New York Giants endorsed Donald Trump. Now, me personally, I'm like, whatever. I think they're all a bunch of jokers. That doesn't matter to me, right? Mr. Soups is like, I don't like sports teams. Fuck them. I feel you, bro. Hey, Mr. Soups, listen, I feel you. I'm basically in your corner on this one. I'm basically giving it up for the most part. Um, Even though I just came from a Mets Yankees Subway series for my my sports ball. I just came from a Subway series with for my brother's birthday. So it was my brother's birthday. We went to Shea Stadium, City Field, excuse me, and we had we brought me and my brothers and friends of ours. We all got together and we celebrated my brother's birthday. He turned 55, and it's my brother. And even though I was like, whatever, I was looking at the game, talking crap with him and everything, and his girlfriend and stuff. So I just got to enjoy him. He's a big Yankees fan. Me, I grew up as a Mets fan, so there was always turmoil in the house. Either way, I was like, whatever. I could care less who wins, who loses. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. They could have dropped a big pile of fucking gummy bears all over the fucking field, and I could have been like, all right, so what? But saying that to say that sports really isn't a thing to me. But what is a thing to me are optics, right? The optics and things. And so just a couple of things, just and the reason this concerned me, and let me tell you what that thing is recently you had the quarterback of the New York Giants that is New York's darling, right? That's the thing in New York, right? If you're in New York and you play sports and you are good, then you will become like the crown jewel of New York. Like Eli Manning, the quarterback of the New York Giants, right? Um, he is a shadow of what his brother was, right? but he still won 2 Super Bowls for Big Blue, right? And so the New York public really loves Eli Manning. He is a big sports figure. To me, sports, I'm like, and yes, I always prefer women's tennis over men's tennis. That's me. I just love women's tennis. Absolutely love women's tennis. But but still, I'm like, it's still a sport. Those guys aren't making me money. I'm definitely not wearing another person's name, another man's name on the back of my back, on my shirt, on my ass. There's no way in hell. You know what I'm saying? I don't even wear Calvin Klein jeans. I'm like, I ain't wearing nobody's name on me unless it's my name, unless it's Vladimir or unless it's the Impaler or something like that. That's what I'm gonna have. You know what I'm saying? Something weird like that. Yeah. So I would have that, but I'm not gonna have no other man's name on me. And I think sports is kind of it's a thing in culture in general, right? It doesn't matter whether it's soccer or whatever. Just it's like that worldwide. Now, the issue is that this guy endorsed the president, Donald Trump, and like I said, many of us in the flat Earth community either we didn't vote or we're like we're just like whatever, we're indifferent to it because we feel, I feel that it's all a game, it's a bad game too, but a game nonetheless, right? Donald Trump doesn't control anything, he is just a face, and so people are just really annoyed with this quarterback, who, by the way, his name is Jackson Dart, quarterback for the Giants, endorses Donald Trump the other day, and like a lot of people are upset about it. And I'm looking and I'm like, I could see why everybody's upset. Like, am I upset? Like, I could care less again. But I could fall into that trap and I could get upset and I could find reasons to be annoyed. So so what I noticed is this, right? Of course, Jackson Dart is he's a white guy, right? White guy quarterback for the Giants. And apparently he's really good. Whatever. He's good. They like him in New York. So after he endorses the president, right, Donald Trump, obviously a lot of people do not like this dude. I'll be honest with you, I don't like him either. I don't. I even though I could care less about him, if it were between him and I don't know, um, Jimmy Hart, Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart from WWF, I would take Jimmy Hart, Mouth of the South, all day, every day. I would take Roddy Piper over him any day. These are the bad guys in wrestling. I'm just giving you an example how much I don't like the guy that's currently sitting in the office, right? That's sitting in the seat. Um, and of course there were New York sports, you have it's highly melanated, you got a lot of black people in New York sports, and obviously a lot of black people do not like the president, and so I'm looking at that and I'm just like, this is just easy division. Now, um whether I think he should have endorsed that guy or not, personally, if I was his agent, if I was I would fire his agent. But if I was his agent, I'd be like, you better not take your ass out there and endorse him strictly because you have a job and your job is to go out every Sunday and get your head cracked. You ain't got to support this guy that doesn't account for anything. And the reason I'm saying this is not to talk about strictly the division, but it's an attitude thing, right? Why would, if you know what this dude is up against, and I'm talking about the guy that's sitting the seat in office, if you know what he's up against, if you know that he's out there fucking little girls, if you know that he's out there raping little girls, that he's got a history of raping people, these are alleged things, right? Allegedly that he did. Um, that he allegedly raped these little girls. He probably, I know he's got bodies on his hands. I know he's got bodies on his hands. Like, you can't be that rich and you didn't do some dirt, like some serious dirt, right? Um, Even though we don't necessarily believe that this war is real, the casualties are real. The lives lost, those are real. But the games being played between the two, I don't believe it for a second. But to be out in public and lying to the people, consistently lying to the people. That's what confuses me. I don't know how anybody could support that. And what honestly, what it shows me, what it demonstrates to me, is that we are not we haven't changed. We have not changed. This country has not changed. And so even though we want good things for this country, even though we want good things for ourselves, we definitely want good things for our kids and those that come up behind us, right? We're not going to get it, or we won't live to see it, because we're when we don't want to change. We like to congratulate. We reward evil, it seems like. We don't nip shit like that in the bud. We stand by when bad people do bad things. We stand by and we just let it happen, right? And then we're more prone to doing this, catching them on film, than we ought to put hands on a person that's fucking up. You know what I'm saying? So because of our inability to act, I do feel that that we're ultimately going to pay for it. And I think we're paying for it right now with how I guess you could say how the government is acting. Um they're acting and we're not responding, or we're not taking action into our own hands, and we're not doing anything. We're just sitting back and we're just letting it happen. And so I feel we've kind of we've we've made the bed, and now we this is the bed that we have to sleep in it. And if it's got needles and porcupines and scorpions and snakes, well, that's the kind of bed that we decided we wanted to make. And so unfortunately, this is the kind that we have to sleep in. And so anytime you see these celebs out there doing this stuff, they do it without shame, because to them it's okay. To them there's not going to really be any real repercussion. Like we don't know how to protest. We don't know how to just say, hey, I'm not going to do that. My money's not going there. Like, I think not so much. I don't think so much us, you know what I'm saying? I think many of us in like the flat community, the true earth community, we when we say we're pulling our money away from something, we're not donating. We're not giving any money. Trust me, I know. But but when we say we are not giving our money to something, we mean it. We're like, I'm not putting my money in that. We just don't do it. Now, I like that about us, right? But in general, as a people, right? As a community of Americans, of people, I feel that we missed the mark. A lot of us are more preoccupied. And when I talk about us, family, don't think I'm talking about the flat community, because I'm not talking about y'all. I'm not talking about us, but our those that are with us, that are around us, our coworkers, our family, our neighbors, right? The mailman, the lady that sews our clothes, right? The seamstress. I know nobody uses seamstresses no more. I sew my own clothes, so I don't know. But what I'm saying is just the community at large. Like nobody understands like to protest, to truly protest. And because of that, we're going to suffer. And because of this whole thing, I feel that it's like a trickle down thing. This Jackson Dart character supporting somebody that's going to rape kids, that's going to go out and rape people, or allegedly rape people, right? That's going to go let the synagogue of Satan tell them what to do. When the synagogue of Satan tells them to bend over and spread them cheeks, he bends over and he spreads his cheeks, and then they take their whole piece of wood and then they shove it right up his ass, and he takes it. He takes it like a good little girl. It's unreal, but it's unreal. But at the same time, I get it, because a lot of our officials, elected officials, they're all compromised. You know what I'm saying? And so, and so when I see this, I don't know who Bruce is, but tell Bruce I said what's up. Peace out, Flat Bob. Good to see you, family. Good to see you. Yeah, come back if you ain't got nothing going on. But yeah, like when you see that and then you see that happening, like a lot of people they're not gonna shame him. Um and it's just gonna be interesting to see what the dynamic looks like between him and his football teammates. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever. I don't watch NFL anymore, so it is what it is. Let these guys figure it out. But the deception is coming. Bruce at Mind Shock. Mind Shock. I think I watch Mind Shock. I think I do. I know I watch Mind Unveiled. I do watch Mind Unveiled. But yeah, the separation is coming and it's coming big time. And the reason I'm talking on that is because yesterday on Mark Sargent's show, um Mark, let's talk about Mark real quick. Shout out to Mark Sargent and DJ Curious. Those two are doing their thing. I got on Mark's show real fast. I didn't, I sat there just asking him questions, picking at him. But, but, big old but. But I did tell Mark because Mark has some things going on that he really can't discuss now. And I get it. He's got NDA clauses and stuff like that that he's been, which I don't, even me talking about it right now, I kind of feel like a bum because it's not really any of my business. But I did tell him, I was like, Mark, you know, it's tough to trust you, man. Like I kept it real with him. I was like, I was listening to him and telling us that he can't have his certain electronic devices and everything else. And I was just like, I hear you, man, but it's hard to trust. It is hard to trust you. Um, it's hard to trust, Mark. I'm sorry. It is what it is. It's hard to trust what you have going on. I don't like. I'm looking at it with the eye of suspicion. I let him know, and he assuaged my suspicions to a degree. But it's still good to just keep our eyes open for these things. A lot of times, I'll be real with y'all. I do a lot of things, right? I still have a lot of things that I have yet to report to you, only because I'm still finding a way to parse this information and give it to the foundry. There is like I said, like for the last few months, I went to Iceland. I really haven't reported what I got out of Iceland to y'all, which it really wasn't much, but I still have to give you guys an after action report if that makes sense. God damn it, Wilkes. I don't appreciate you doing that bullshit on the street. First thing in the morning, Wilkes, I want a damn report on my desk. Do you hear me? You hear me, Wilkes? Remember that shit? You see that on them cop shows? I want a goddamn report on my desk first thing in the morning, Wilkes. Anyway, but yeah, so I kind of feel like I owe you guys where I've been, what I've been doing, what I've been up to, all that stuff. So that's me. That's how I roll. And I think it's interesting to kind of report what it was that I saw, whether it makes sense to me or not. It's not for me to make it make sense. That's why I bring it to the foundry. That's why I drop it in everybody else's lap. I let you guys pick through it, and maybe you can make some kind of sense of the things that I'd seen. Because though I'd seen it, it doesn't mean I have to make it make sense. It doesn't have to make sense to me. So this is why we work together as a team. Um, and so basically saying all of that to say that when I do something, I do it in, but this is me. I do it in a fashion to where I don't tell anybody what it is that I'm doing before I do it, right? I I typically go do a plan out, have an idea of what it is I'm going to do, go do it, and basically I have an after action report ready to divulge to the rest of the foundry. I have something to come back and report and show you guys footage of what it was that I just experienced. And to me, I think for me, the reason that I do it this way is because life happens. Shit gets in the way. Time gets in the way. People get in the way, especially when you got kids. Kids get sick. Kids bust their ass and bust their ankle. You know what I'm saying? And then, time is lost and not lost, but it's just reinvested in other places. So it's just good to go ahead and keep a lot of this info to myself until it is fully done, and then I can give back to the rest of the foundry. Now, it's good that I have a lot of this information done or this stuff done. It's done. The only thing is that my reporting to be able to report it to you is just a there's just a preponderance of information that I have to give to y'all. There's a lot of info. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that I've done, a lot of pictures that I took, and it needs to be organized properly so I can just right. A lot of it was the Montyism, not a lot of it, but some of it was the Montyism. What I found with with the Urbano Monty map and what I'd been doing with the map. Um, oh shit. I don't know if I showed y'all. Hold on. Oh shit, man. Oh motherfucker. No, it's not in here. I probably left it at work. But I've been working on the map, the Monty map. At work, I have a physical copy. This is my Andreas Waldesmuller world map over here. This is Africa down here. This big old white piece of land right there. That's Africa. Right. Andreas Waldesmuller. I think he was a Russian priest. And this map I want to kind of put up. Anyway, so I roll that way. I know Mark is excited. I guess I'm excited for him. I'd really like to know what it is he's up to. Not saying that I'm all up in his beeswax, but it's interesting to see what it is that they've got for him. I almost Here's my thing. Now, it's gonna segue me into talking about Josh Monday. Um, I don't know what he is going to do, what he's going to be experiencing. I don't even know if he knows what he's going to do and what he's going to be experiencing. But with the whole don't bring your phone, don't bring your electronics, I almost feel as if they're going to corner him, show him a couple of disturbing photos and videos and stuff, and kind of threaten him. I know that sounds crazy. Maybe it's something that I shouldn't say publicly, but that's kind of what went through my mind. Why it went through my mind, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I just know that we live in a fucking sick and crooked world. That much I know. And people get scared. People don't like being threatened. People don't like being extorted, blackmailed, none of that. So it just made me wonder, and it made me, I'm not gonna lie, it made me think the worst. And so that's why I mentioned that to him. That's why I said I've got an eye of suspicion upon you based off of what you just said. Like, I'm just keeping it real. I didn't want to say anything behind his back or nothing like that. So at least I appreciate him for listening to me and kind of defending his stance, which I respected. But I ain't got no reason to bullshit him or to bullshit y'all. Just letting you know how I felt about it. And if you guys felt that way, hearing it, like, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. If you guys felt a particular way hearing that and it's along the lines of what I was thinking, tell me. Or if you think I'm tripping, tell me that too. I appreciate either one. And shout out to you, Harmon, on the Rumble side. Thank you for holding that down over there. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Yeah, if you think I'm tripping, like, let me know. Like, I y'all know how I do, man. I accept constructive criticism, and like, yeah, I listen and I work on some of these things, right? Maybe I'm just a little bit too paranoid. Maybe I'm not paranoid enough, but it's just a point of concern for me. So talking about that, because these last few weeks we've been seeing a lot of this, what we're talking about, right? Eyes of suspicion. So recently, oh snap, Greg in Colorado. Good to see you, Greg. Greg is in the foundry, y'all. Good to see you, Mr. Greg. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Haven't seen you in a while, man, but welcome. Greg, and thank you, Greg. You you dropped a gold mine. I appreciate your contribution to the hours. Thank you. Your efforts won't go unnoticed. There we go. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you very much. And for anybody that donates anything, I appreciate it. And definitely thank you, Greg. Much appreciated, sir. Thank you. And who else? Jeff Gashead. Good to see you, sir. I haven't seen you in a minute, but it's definitely a pleasure, man. Good to see you, family. Jeff Gashead, Plain and Simple Truth. I don't think I said what's up to you. Good to see you, Plain and Simple Truth. Welcome, sir. Welcome, welcome. So, um, that's that is the thing that had me a little bit suspicious about Mark, simply because now you had the likes of Josh Monday. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Josh Monday. Josh Monday seems like a squared away kind of guy, right? He speaks well. He it sounds like he's holds himself up well. Um, he talks about the Bible a lot. Um, he he talks, I think he has a family, and he talks well. He says Jesus Christ in a good way, like every 15th word. He respects God, right? And he reads the Bible. um and like, I'll be honest with you, I don't know Jeff Monday, but based off of my encounters with him before, he seems pretty polished, a little bit too polished. And so, nothing wrong with being too polished. Just because I'm a little bit dingy myself doesn't mean you can't be too polished. If you're too polished for me, then maybe I'm just not polished enough. There's nothing wrong with that. I appreciate you anyway, right? He's polished. Like, you see him and you're like, okay. It's all good though. But yeah, he's got his own thing going, but it's got people a little bit suspicious, strictly because the rumor is how true it is. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. But the rumor is that Josh Monday is going back to Punta Arenas with Jaron, right? Judas Campanella from Judasism, right? We all know what he did. We all know why he's got a bad name in this community. It is what it is, man. We're kind of letting it go, but we didn't forget. Judas, we didn't forget what you've done, right? And so it seems like Judas has got a job now, a regular one, and he's gone back, or he's planning on going back to Punta Serenas. And so that's important because he's not going alone. He's going with Joshua Monday. Now, when he's going, I don't know. I'm assuming they're going to be going during the wintertime. It's an assumption. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong, but they're going. And this is, I would imagine, to go observe what the sun does. Now, I think at Punta Arenas, you're not even at 50 parallel. You're barely at like 50 parallel at Punta Arenas, right? Because towards the beginning of Drake's Passage, down there south of the Magellan Strait, like it's around 53, I think. Is it like 51, 53 south? And then once you jump over, that's like, that gap is like a 600-mile gap going through the Drake's Passage. So from there all the way down until you hit um the peninsula. I forgot the name of that peninsula, but that peninsula that constitutes the sharp part of Antarctica, that's like 600 miles easy. That's an easy 600 miles. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where those guys are going to go after Punta Arenas, but as far as I know it's Punta Arenas. And the only time, as far as I know, that the sun is going to be there the way they want it would be around the winter time. So why is he going? That's everybody's question. So I could give these guys a little bit of time. I want to give Flat Earth Banjo the floor so he could talk about it, because I learned a little bit more on this through two channels, right? There's Banjo's channel, Flat Earth Banjo, Sun Moon, just Flat Earth Banjo Japan, excuse me. And I also learned it on Vika's. So we're going to kick it off first with Flat Earth Banjo. I love this channel. I love Flat Earth Banjo stuff. Um, I love Flat Earth Banjo stuff. I watch his stuff every morning. He has some goods. I like his stuff. I know he talks about the Bible, and a lot of people that rubs the wrong way. I get it, but I love Flat Earth Banjo stuff. That's me. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, let me stop talking and let me give Flat Earth Banjo the floor so he can explain and kind of make sense of this thing. Hold on, my bad. Let me put that there. Allow, boom, and then let's give it to Banjo right here. Okay.
Something. So some people were asking me like, why don't you talk to Josh Monday? And Josh himself said, say, let's talk. Well, why I'm not talking to Josh Monday? Because there's no point of it, you know. Remember in John 13:27, after the sop, Satan entered into him. Then said Jesus unto him, that thou doest too quickly. So do whatever you have to do. No, there's no point in talking, you know. Hey, let's talk. No, there's no. Once the person is sold out, there's no point. That's why I did not want to spend time, waste time
Talking
talking with
with
these
Jaron.
guys and Jared back in June of 2024. You know,
And you know what? Okay, shout out to Eddie for that because I almost feel as if he's talking to me. I think a lot of y'all remember that during that time, during prior to those guys leaving for the final experiment, um, I I was trying to get everybody to talk. I was trying to get Eddie to talk with Jaron and Witsit. I was trying to get Leo, Level Earth Observer, to talk with Jaron. I was trying to get Jaron to talk with these guys. I wanted these guys to talk. I saw Jaron go to Bro Sanchez and talk, and they had their discussion. Bro Sanchez came to his decision. He said he's a shill. And I'm like, okay, you came to an executive decision based off of the information that you learned today. I think that's fair. I basically wanted to see a rinse and repeat between those guys because I saw the division coming. I saw this. I saw it from a mile away. I couldn't stop it. But I thought that these guys would want to talk. I thought if they would have been coaxed by the audience, by us, that then they would make it a point to discuss. They could have been live and they could have made a little bit of money. There wouldn't have had to have been a debate, but it would have been something that things that they could have gotten off their chests, their reasons as to why they felt the way they did, and to the direction that they saw the community going, which I would have thought would have been amazing. It would have set a lot of things straight, right? In my opinion. At the same time, I do agree with Banjo. I do agree with Eddie in that because I'm much the same way. Now I know here's a pot calling the kettle black. I'm like, oh, you should have talked. You should have talked. But I totally get where he's coming from. Where it's like motherfuckers are gonna do what they're gonna do, right? You don't sit there and try to convince a man of A, B, and C. You let him do it. You've given him the reasons as to why, whatever your points are, and if they want to follow, they'll follow. You can't force. If and that's the thing, kind of reminds me of I was it was Chief season a few years back, and it was these new chiefs that were coming in, and we were doing our little indoctrination and everything else like that. I gave him an assignment, and he forgot to do it. And he's like, Chief, I forgot. My bad. This, that. I forgot. I was like, let me ask you something. I was like, what's your favorite football team? He was like, the Ohio State. I was like, oh, I was like, Ohio State. He's like, no, 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 no. The Ohio State is my favorite football team. And he was just rattling off all these stats and all these amazing players and all this good stuff about Ohio State. I was like, that's what's up. That's what's up. And I was like, if I had a pair of tickets for an Ohio State's uh, practice and the first game of the season, what would you do for him? He was like, do you have them? And I was like, what if I had them? He was like, I would do anything for those tickets. I would do this. I was like, all right, all right, all right, all right. And so basically, the point that I'm driving home is this: when you have a desire for, when you have a true desire for something, there's no such thing as a good excuse or a bad excuse. You just do it. That's it. So no matter how much I would have wanted, even until I was blue in the face, that I would have wanted Jaron and Eddie to talk. If Jaron wants to talk, he would have made an attempt. If Eddie wanted to talk, he would have made an attempt. I do feel like I kind of wasted my breath on that. And I kind of feel Eddie's not necessarily taking a jab at me, but he's kind of making a point like, look, don't waste your breath trying to make people talk, trying to make two grown men discuss things civilly, because if a man wants to do something, he'll do it. That's basically the point. And shout out to you, Eddie. I agree. No harm, no foul. I get it. Carrie Skates, good to see you, sir. Long time no see, brother. Long time no see. I haven't seen you in a minute. I haven't seen you in a minute. So let's give it back. Let's give the floor back to Eddie. I don't want to be sitting there stealing his mojo.
because I already knew they were set to do what they were going to do. So there was no point in talking to them. They had already decided. The devil might have entered the guys, I don't know. But they were already set to do what they wanted to do.
Mm.
Same thing, Josh Monday, he's already set to do what he wants to do. There's no point in talking. As a matter of fact, I did listen to Vika. Shout out to Vika. I was listening to your live stream this morning. I might do a short version and upload it here. Josh himself is a phony. Josh Monday is a phony. He's been teaching biblical cosmology for 4 years without the conviction. Okay, he's
Yeah, and that's the thing that I think kind of set me, and I'll be honest, that's kind of what set me a little bit strange. I was like, he's a little too polished. English was good, the words were good. He, clean guy, right? And me, I'm a bum. You know what I'm saying? And I call a strike and a strike and a ball and a ball, right? I'm a little bit of a bum. But look, man, my thing is I just want to be as truthful and honest as possible to the people at all times. That's it. I'm not perfect. The words aren't going to come out right all the time, but they're from the heart. They're from within. So you're getting the real Vlad because that's all you can. That's all I got. That's all I got. I ain't got time to hold a mask up. You know what I'm saying? So Dr. Bose, welcome, sir. Salute to you. Salute, salute. Good to see you, Dr. Bose. Been a while. Hope you got my message. Um, yeah. Yeah. You was a guest on Monday's podcast. Can't say anything bad. I got you. I got you. I guess to me, he's a little bit polished. He's like spoken and all that. Eddie Banjo has issues with his approach on things. I kind of see where I kind of see Eddie's concern. I kind of see why he would have these questions, and I see why he's taken the stance on Josh Monday that he is. That's not to say that I think that Josh Monday's is a phony. I don't know yet. Like I'm new to this. This is much of this is word of mouth, right? Until I hear from Josh Monday himself what he plans on doing at if he even goes to Punta Arenas. I don't even know if these guys are going. You understand? I don't know what they're gonna do, if they're gonna go, when they're gonna go, what the whole object of this thing truly is. I don't know. He already sold out 100%. Go watch Vika's last stream. Carrie Skate says. Okay, I'm kind of picking through it. I'm picking through it. So I don't. That's why I don't want to talk bad about the dude. Even if he said those things, I just don't want to. Oh, he's a Zionist. Oh, Lord have mercy. Ah, snap. I wish I would have just found out on my own. Damn. But yeah. So the interview with Max, yes, and I have that interview on up online. Hold your horses. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So still, I don't know because I didn't see for myself, right? But Eddie Banjo apparently woke up to some stuff. He watched Vika's podcast, right, that morning, and it didn't please him at all. He didn't like it at all. Um, and so he had the words that he had about Josh Monday. And Eddie doesn't cuss and he doesn't say those things, but when he has a view of a particular person, right? That's what it is. Like he's not letting go. And I think he's well within his rights. And I'm not going to say he doesn't have his reasoning. I think he has his reasoning, right? Um, Now, that's not to say that he's correct. I'm not saying that he's right all the time, but I could see why he has the approach that he has. But yeah, had people saying that I was a shill. Yeah, had people saying that I was doing something. And like, like I know it's me. I get it. And I know, of course, I'm gonna call myself innocent, But I'm just like, like, where's this shilling at? Like, you got to tell me how I could make money. Like, please put me onto some game how I could make money off of this flat earth too. Because like I ain't seeing it. It ain't happening. I ain't making it. Like real talk, I ain't making it. Plus, I don't like them. You think I like the synagogue of Satan like that? If anybody talks bad about him, it's this motherfucker right here. I do not like those people. I do not like how they act. And it's not because they are who they are, it's because of what it is that they do. Don't get it twisted now. I'm not one of those people that just don't like people because they are those people. Not at all. If you're a group of people that treat people like shit, that steal from people, that kill people, that genocide of people, that have a certain viewpoint on people, I won't like you. I'm just going to call that what it is. I will not like you and I will talk bad about you. Once I find out what you're all about, I will talk bad about you. And I'm not going to hide that. I'm going to talk bad about you and I'm going to wish bad things on you. Like I'm just keeping it honest. That's all. I'm just keeping it honest. But the difference is this, right? Vlad doesn't go out fucking with people. Vlad doesn't go out trying to steal from people, trying to get people sick, trying to go out and poison people's water, trying to rape people's kids. Vlad doesn't do that. Never wanted to do that. Never even crossed my mind to do any of those nefarious things to anybody. But and I'm not going to say that this whole group of people do that. No, but you have some people that are like this, that do that, right? And will make money, are looking to make money off of your strife and pain and struggle. I have a problem with that. And I won't like those people. I think that's a fair assessment. Wouldn't you say so? Wouldn't you think that that's fair to feel that way about a group that's all for themselves and not for their neighbor? I, I would say that's fair. So I'm not even going to argue about that. Anyway, um so when I hear of people pitching a tent, oh Lord, but basically paving the way, rolling out the red carpet for a group of people that tend, not saying they're all like that, but they tend to think a certain way about a group of people. I have an issue with that. And so this isn't the first time that I heard that. I heard, and I don't know for myself because I hadn't seen for myself. So this is not the first time that I had heard that he is a Zionist. And so that's a little bit concerning for me. I'm not going to sit here and say I can't talk about it. I know I can't talk about it. I know I'm not supposed to talk about it on YouTube, but at the same time I don't give a fuck. My thing is my time on this earth is short. Your time on this earth is short. Say what the fuck you need to say, especially against a group of people that is doing evil. If people are doing evil, you need to call it out. You need to call it out before you have no breath to call anything out. You can't even yell help when you have no breath left in your body. So if you know people are doing something wrong, just keep saying what wrong they do. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's not like you lying on anybody. You're just calling it like it is. That's all. That's how I see it. So whether YouTube strikes me or not, it is what it is. So if he is so then it makes me wonder then, if he is a Zionist, is Jaron also a Zionist? Is Jaron now a Zionist too? Because I remember Jaron was talking all kinds of stuff about the synagogue of Satan. So I don't know what Jaron. I'm not even going to say that I care, but it makes me wonder because now these two are going to set off and do what it is they do down in the South. And are they thinking the same way? Right? Do they both have the same approach to those people, the synagogue of Satan? Right? How are they going to tackle this whole son thing if they even go? So let me shut the hell up and let me again have Eddie take it.
Said he started doing, that's his own words, he started teaching biblical cosmology just like he went with the flow. He didn't even know. And now, according to him, is the time when he's going to test whether the Earth is a globe or not.
Oh boy.
So, phony. So, he's a phony right there. You can see that he's been teaching something he doesn't believe.
Mm.
So, this guy here, they have all the same agenda, the same script. Okay, into 2023. Jaron flopped in 2025. And
If you guys are wondering, these aren't green peppers, green pepper or brown peppers. These are sandals. They're flip flops. My bad, because he said flip flop. So I think Jaren's the only one wearing a tie.
and Josh is just waiting to be told when officially he is going to go back to the Globe. You know, he's already there, but he hasn't made it official yet. Right, so it's coming.
Mm.
All right, so a lot of fallacious arguments that Josh did on his interview with the Globe Channel. One of them, it's the one of the, admire me because an army guy, veteran, 6 years, he was stationed in Kuwait, doesn't understand how the sun comes from the east and sets in the west.
Mm.
So you don't need to go to South America to observe the sun coming from the right and setting in the left. All you gotta do is face. If you are in South Texas, in Miami, anywhere in the South, in Mexico City, all you gotta do is look towards Canada in the north, and you're gonna see the sun coming from your right and setting in your left.
Hmm.
You don't need to travel to South America. You don't need to go to Brazil, to Rio. All you gotta do is turn your back, to turn your back to the south, face the north, and the sun's gonna come from your right
Mm.
and set in your left. We don't use those terms. That's for the Mr. U.S. Army. He said he didn't know, this stuff, but we don't say the sun sets left or right. We say the sun rises in the east and sets in the west.
You know, here's what okay. So just looking at this right here, I want you guys to take a look and think for a second, right? Just think. So if you had a sundial, right? If you had a sundial and you wanted to set your sundial correctly, you would have to take the big giant fin, right? The big giant fin where it's showing its right angular part, right? That upright part, they call it the gnomon, the gnomon, right? So in the north, if you're over here, you want that gnomon part, that big fin part, to face the north. That way, the shadowing is going to happen the right way. And then you're going to be able to tell what time it is based off of where the sun is in the sky. Now, if you were to take yourself and your sundial with you down to the south, right? You would be facing north. You would be facing north. But you would take your sundial, your gnomon, or in this case, in my mind, it would be a yes man because you're in the south. Get it? Yes man? Anyway, just kidding. But real talk, folks, you would take your sundial and you would take the big fin part, the 90-degree, the tall part, and you would point it to the south. It would point to the south. It would be facing behind you, and you would be able to tell the time that way. This is how the guys in the southern hemisphere, this is how apparently they arrange their sundials. The sundials are facing to the south. They are not pointed up towards the north. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? So just because of that right there, and I'm going to be honest, because of that, and because and here's the thing, I've never lived in the South myself, so I couldn't tell you what the South is like. I couldn't. But because of that, that kind of gives me an idea of how they're going to see the sun coming in. Of course, it's going to be coming in that way, but it's going to be a little bit different it's because the perspective is different. I hope that makes sense. Either way, the gnomon is facing behind you. It's facing that way. It is not, they're not both pointing towards the north. So if you live in the south, that gnomon, I guess you could say, for all intents and purposes, is facing a South, that kind of doubles as a north. Does that make sense? Don't kill me, please. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue with Eddie Bravo. Eddie Banjo, excuse me.
Everywhere, in North America, South America, in Africa, everywhere. So we don't use terms as right and left for the sun. You know, this is stupid. This is. I mean, this is so silly. You know, how can you even say that? So another thing here, you know, he started by calling this whole thing an experiment when in fact it's an observation. Right there, you see the deception. And the person who doesn't really follow the Bible, believe the Bible, can he even be called a Christian? He listens to Jaron Campanella, but he refused to listen what the Bible says. That the Bible says that his going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his secret into the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. So you either believe what the Bible says, if you're Christian, if you teach biblical cosmology, or in Josh's case, he believes in Jaron Campanella. Okay, so by that you see a lot of red flags, and why it's not even worth talking to the guy, because his mind is already there. You know, it's already there. So I played this clip at the beginning of all these pastors, because it's another thing I don't understand. You know, how can a pastor, like, it's like we have no other problems. Like, you don't have homeless people, you don't have people with all sorts of problems right now, that a church, a pastor could be taking the time to care for those people, raising money to help these people. But instead, the guy is raising money to prove that the earth is a globe. I mean, it doesn't go any more ridiculous than that. And another point that I want to say, you know, I've been getting tired of all those pastors. You know, they're not teaching the truth. And I would say this happened in Brazil, and this is one of the craziest story that I have seen in the past 3-4 months. Okay, so let me.
Yo, is it me or does this lady is her arms just mad long? Like, is it me or does this lady like? Are you guys seeing how long her arm is? Does anybody notice how long her arm is? Her arm is extremely long. She's like Mr. Fantastic out this bitch. Plastic woman, plastic man. Arm long than a motherfucker. You see that? You see how long her arms is? Y'all see that? Did y'all see how long that woman's arm is? What's happening, Culture Cats? What's happening, family? Good to see you, man. Arm long than a motherfucker, man. Let's go back to it. Like, I'm looking at her arm and I'm just like, dang. Like, I don't know if this is CGI, but is this her arm? Like, that thing is long. That her arm is longer than his, because look at her arm. Now it's around his back. Is this a real picture? Is this a real picture? Because you would think, especially since he's taller, that he got a longer arm than his mom's. But his arm barely reaches, it looks like, her side, but her arm is on his back. Is it really that long? I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. But she looked like she got a long arm. That's her arm. That's not his arm. His arm's right here. Damn. Anyway, let's go. Let's just continue.
Tell you what's going on here. This guy's a pastor from the Assembly of God.
Dog, I don't even know if this is a real. I'm looking at this arm. It's as if she's got an extra elbow to make this arm long. Anyway, let's just continue.
In Brazil. He's the father, that's his wife, his mother, that's his son, and this is his wife, his son's wife. That's the daughter-in-law. That's the craziest story that I've heard. That's why I'm sick of these pastors. I'm getting sick. They're not teaching biblical cosmology. They believe the globe. They push the false pause in Daniel 70 weeks. And just to have an idea, there is a big ministry here going on, a big church, a lot of money.
You want to know? I don't think Banjo knows, but a lot of these churches that a lot of these churches, Eddie, maybe you're watching. I don't think you watch my shit, but it's cool though. A lot of these churches, they get funding from the government. So the government is paying for you, plus you don't have to pay tax. But I know in the States you don't have to pay tax. I don't know what it is in Brazil or in Japan, but you're not allowed to just teach anything. All right. You have to basically stick to a script. It's like you're teaching school again. So you're not gonna just go into Genesis, be like, all right, we're gonna start with from the rooter to the tutor. I could tell you that I grew up Roman Catholic, and even though like they claim to do all those things like love the Lord and everything else like that, the Catholic Church never went in the Bible. I found it puzzling each time I heard the priest reading from the Bible. I was like, wow, you're actually reading from the Bible. Wow, I didn't even think you knew what the Bible was. But that's the thing, is a lot of these priests will not give a sermon from the scriptures. They won't. They just won't. And so it's like I know Catholics get a lot of flack for it. Not to mention the priests. They have sticky fingers. You know what I'm saying? They have dirty minds and they rape kids. A lot of them. So that's another reason why a lot of people don't rock with the Catholic Church, and I kind of get it. But because you give your time and efforts to this whole 501c3 craziness, right? And you're operating a church, you're essentially running a business. So if you are running a McDonald's, right? Which a church is like a McDonald's. If you're running a McDonald's, you're not going to be selling Beefeater, you're not going to be selling gin unless obviously you're like in Germany or Paris or some shit like that. But in the United States, your church is not going to be delivering a sermon based off of Genesis chapter 1. Like you are going to deliver cheeseburgers, hamburgers, fries, and shake. That's it. You're not going to be giving sirloin, filet mignon, Salisbury steak, even. You know what I'm saying? And freaking soup du jour. No, you stick with the script. You stick with what they tell you you can teach. And one of those things is not going to be biblical cosmology. I don't like, I've been seeing churches as of recent going off the cuff and teaching biblical cosmology, and I find it bizarre. I'm like, wow, okay, you still running, you still operating. That's what's up. I like it. I think Marty Leeds is a preacher, and he's one of those preachers that do that. I don't know if he has a 501c3 though. He might have his own ministry, which is fine. But he teaches biblical cosmology from what I understand. I've never heard one of his sermons. Um, but yeah, like when you are in those churches, you're gonna deliver what they tell you you're gonna deliver. If they want you making burgers and fries and shakes and dogs, that's what you selling. You ain't selling nothing outside that menu. That's what you're going with. It's kind of like those people that decide they want to own a franchise. I'm sure you yourself might own a franchise, whether it's McDonald's, Nathan's, Jimmy John's, Subway, whatever. You serve what that menu tells you you're going to serve. You could own 50 of those branches, whatever of those stores that I mentioned. But all those things within that menu set is what you are allowed to serve the people. If you are a Jimmy John's, you are not going to be serving a Whopper with cheese. If you have a Burger King franchise, you're not going to be serving you know, a, a double meat freaking Subway. You know what I'm saying? You probably start, if that happened to you, you'd probably start pinching yourself. You're like, I must be in a totally different world right now. So um I I'm not as critical on the churches as I used to, because it's a business. You understand? These all these churches are there to just get you there while these people on the outside are pushing legislation, and you're occupied fucking off singing hymns or hers. Get it? Hers. Anyway, but singing hymns on a Sunday when you could be out there doing Lord knows what. But they got your mind and they got your time preoccupied in a church that's not teaching you anything. anything of use because they got your mind. They got you. They got your mind with some old BS. But anyway, I'm gonna let Eddie Banjo have it again. Like I hear his frustrations totally. I totally get his frustrations. So this long arm of the mom. You know what I'm saying? The long arm of the mom.
A lot of money in this church. So the story goes like this, okay? The son wanted to take over the ministry. A lot of money, a lot of power. He wanted to take the ministry from his dad. So that's the one, that's the official story going on, but there is another story. But I'm tell you what officially is going on. So in order to blackmail his own father, he talked his wife into having like an affair with his
Mm-mm.
own father. Okay. So that's going on for like 2 or 3 years. The mother, the
Mm-mm.
pastor's wife, didn't know anything, but she was like suspicious of her husband. So she hired a private agency to investigate. And well, the investigators found out that he was cheating on her with
Mm.
his own daughter in law.
Woo!
This guy, willing to take over the ministry, the whole thing all to himself, had also planned to have his mom, like unalived so
Oh
he
my
could
God.
take over the whole thing. So you see that everything is about money.
Uh,
These pastors, these guys, they all love money. And, this Go board
wow.
here generates a lot of money for example, NASA and everything, all the $68 million a day. So the globe Earth is big business. So they employ everything they can to keep the people in this, uh, you know, this false cosmology. Because
Well, you know what? I agree. I think we all agree on that. But yo, that's fucked up. Like that dude was out there doing that dirt with his pops to that plot is like just disgusting. That is absolutely terrible and disgusting. Um damn. What people do for money. Isn't that crazy? People do some nasty stuff for money, man. That's reality. It's fucked up, but that's life. Mm. People do anything for a dollar. And here's the thing: is that money that you make, it's not what's it? It's not gonna. You're not gonna live forever because of it. You're gonna make that money, and then you get what? You get hit by a car the next day. You make that money with dirt, man. You make that money with trouble. Trouble is going to find your ass. Be careful. Not all money is good money. Remember that. Don't be messing around getting money by ill means, man. That's crazy. Like that, I don't know, man. Like, whew, like the more I've grown, I've been fortunate, right? I'm retired. I've got a decent stream of income coming in and everything, and I take care of my stuff. I do pretty well with my finances and stuff. So in that regard, I guess I'm fortunate. Like I'm comfortable. I could say that much as financially, I'm a little comfortable. Um, but but uh, not to say that if I didn't have the comfort that I have today, what would I be out there doing some foul, icky shit? Not saying that I would, right? I would think that I don't because I like to think that I have a level head. I like to think that I wouldn't do that, right? I like to think that, but damn, like these guys look like they look like they're all right when it comes to the money aspect of things. So damn, money fucks with people, man. It's two things, man, that get a lot of us, man. It's two things. It's money and it's shame. Money and shame, right? Whether it's shame of I don't want these guys to think I'm stupid, whether it's shame of I don't want to sound dumb or I don't want to embarrass anybody or I don't want if I die like what would my corpse look like? Would they see that I'm wearing my underwear with the holes in it? Like and once I go to the morgue, they'll be like, "Oh god damn, this dude's got his underwear with the holes in it. What the hell?" You know what I'm saying? Like I can't just die like that. At least let me put some good underwear on. I'm just saying that as an example. I don't have underwear like that no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not enlisted no more. So I kind of stepped up my game. I ain't got the underwear with the ventilation like I used to back in the day. Anyway, talking shit. Let's get back to it. Let's give Eddie the floor. He deserves it. Let's let him have it.
'Cause it's big money for them, a lot of money. They, they prey on fear. So I don't believe these guys anymore.
Mm.
I told you guys a couple of weeks ago, this guy was a pastor in North Korea. And when he came out, he said he admitted being a spy. He was never a pastor. He was
Oh.
a spy. He was spying for both the CIA and North Korea. Okay,
Mm.
he admitted. He admitted. A citizen released from North Korea says he spied for U.S. and South Korea. So that's the situation with Josh Monday. I can't see this guy legit, like being legit. He is a phone in my playbook right now.
I'm gonna call him Hot Dog Josh because he looks like he's in between two buns right here. Hot Dog Josh, Hot Dog Josh, Hot Dog Josh today. Hot Dog Josh in a pair of slippers. Hot Dog Josh all the way. Hot Dog Josh starts Friday at theaters everywhere. Look at Hot Dog Josh. Looks like he's in it looks like hot dog buns. Anyway.
He claims here he was flat. He believed the Earth was flat for 4 years. But again, I want to play this just for the record, guys, and that's gonna be for the record. I don't want to be playing this stuff, but I want to play one more time this video for the record. Pay attention.
You mentioned that the ground always being flat, and I agree. I've measured it flat. I've done laser tests. I've done mirror flash observations.
You mentioned that the ground always being flat, and I agree. I've measured it flat. Done laser tests. I've done mirror flash observations.
You mentioned that the ground always being flat, and I agree. I've measured.
Hey y'all. Is the banjo stuff too low, y'all? Hold on. You get my ass in there. Is the banjo volume too low? Cause damn, sounds like I can hear it real good. Y'all let me know if the banjo volume is too low. It is? Okay. Let me fix that. You guys let me know if it's fixed. Thanks for that. Tell me, you guys let me know. Hold on. You guys let me know if it's better.
Flat. I've done laser tests. I've done mirror flash observations.
You mentioned that the ground always being flat, and I agree. I've measured it flat. Done laser tests. I've done mirror flash observations.
So there's no curvature. There's no curvature of the Earth at all. There's no movement. Mickelson Morley and so many others tried, and the U.S. Navy was the Air Force. I think they did the test again in 1986, the same test, Mickelson Morley. The Earth is not moving. It's not going around the sun. And
Morley.
so, and the Earth is flat, it's stationary, there's no movement. So there's no observation. Even though he's calling an experiment, he's cheating on his own followers that this is experiment. It's not. So any observation of the sky will not change the shape of the Earth. It's not going to.
Okay, so we get it. That's Eddie Banjo's joint right there. And yep. That's Eddie Banjo's take on the whole thing as far as the nonsense is going on with thing over there. ATL FF Triple F. How you doing, family? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. You must be new. Enjoy yourself. Sit back, relax. Enjoy the show. Culture Cats, good to see you. Good to see you. And that's the thing when Jerang get with Josh Monday, and those guys when they go down there, and he tell a lie, and this guy, he happens that he's telling a lie, and the thing is, I'm getting sick and tired of them. Those guys they're going to lie to you. They don't even teaching you about biblical cosmology. Those guys, they all shields, they all flip they all flip flop. So okay, so that's Vika's version. That's Vika's side. Excuse me, that's Eddie's side. The reason I'm saying Vika is because we're gonna kind of roll into Vika's right there. Let me. Okay, I cut that one loose, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring Vika's up now. Boom, and then this is um on Vika's show. He has Josh Monday talking with that Glober guy, right, with the high pitched voice, but and he has on there his guest Paulino B. Michael. So this guy's a flat earther, and Vika is also a flat earther. If you don't know, but I'll let these guys talk a little bit. So let's let them get it.
Not only about flat earth, and in the end everything is all connected, right? If you if you are trying to understand, you are everywhere, right? And so absolutely we all are learning there together too, so that's awesome.
That's amazing.
Alrighty, so let's continue with from the last week. I don't even remember where we left.
None. And my mom told me basically, because she went to that same school, so my mom told me the same thing. The nun.
Wait.
By the way, that is Max's voice. I don't know if you could hear it. Hold on, I'm gonna try and. I don't know. You see, yo, shout out to y'all that are doing StreamYard, because as of late, StreamYard's been getting on my nerves, man. Real talk. They've been getting on my nerves with this stuff. I don't know if you guys could hear it much, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna let you hear it. Let me know if you can hear what's his name, because right now you got you have Vika on with Mr. Michael over there, right? But they have clips of Josh Monday talking with that Globe guy. So I want to go ahead and give them guy. At least I want y'all to fucking hear it. Shit. You know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and let's let these guys talk.
Know where we were. I don't even remember.
And then also,
if you remember, let me know what.
I would say heliocentricity doesn't make sense.
That is also possible, on a globe. It's also possible. It's just that
On a globe, it is.
It
doesn't make sense if
it's literally like, because like even if you are like on a merry-go-round, right, and the merry-go-round stops, it's you who's spinning, but it looks like everything else is
I think this one we didn't cover, right?
I mean, it's interchangeable.
No, you see, that's all right. So now we're gonna go back to what we know. You know what I'm saying? What we can prove, what we know. Cause you got that dude Max. Y'all know who he is because he been on here fucking off and everything else. I did not know that his voice was that high. Because what he is it's like when you go on a merry-go-round and it's you could it be louder? Really, for real? Let me try. Cause let's see. Lord have mercy. Yeah, right here. Let's see. Let's try this. Let's try this. And can you guys hear me? Let me know if you guys could hear me. Okay? Let me know if y'all could hear me. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if you guys could hear me. You can hear me. Okay, good. All right, let's try this then. Pete Dub, how you doing, sir? Good to see you. So let's try this.
Yeah, you're good. I think we not only about flat earth, and in the end everything is all connected, right? If you if you are trying to understand, you are everywhere, right? And so absolutely we all are learning there together too, so that's awesome. That's amazing. Alrighty, so let's continue with from the last week. I don't even remember where we left.
And my mom told me basically, because she went to that same school, so my mom told me the same thing. The non.
Wait, I don't know where we were. I don't even remember.
And then also,
If you
Can y'all hear that good? All right, can you guys hear that better? Okay, so can you hear that better? I don't know what it is. I guess lately, this thing. Okay, Max is like, because even my mom told me that. Okay, so it's still not good. It's still not good. Okay, so I'm gonna have to be Max. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to be Max because Max was telling him why the globe makes sense. Max was telling him Josh Monday, and because Josh Monday was like, because I don't understand because the globe it doesn't make sense, and he's like, it doesn't make sense. Well, like my mom told me that this one and that one, it's like when you're on a merry-go-round and you're going this way and then that way and then this one. And so I challenge everyone. I'm not afraid. If you want to challenge me, then I'm not afraid, and you can challenge me. That's basically what he was saying. Some shit like that, to that effect. Okay, so yeah, hearing me is fine, but for whatever reason, can't nobody hear YouTube. Nobody can hear YouTube. It's the same before. But let's see if Max could get it, man. Let's give it to Max and them. See if they could do it.
remember, let me know what.
I would say heliocentricity doesn't make sense.
That is also possible, on a globe, it's also possible. It's just that
On a globe, it is.
It
doesn't make sense if
it's literally like, because like even if you're like on a merry-go-round, right, and the merry-go-round stops, it's you who's spinning, but it looks like everything else is
I think this one we didn't cover, right?
I mean, it's interchangeable.
Yeah, you're good.
I think we haven't heard that.
Okay, so
What's happening is
let me-
recycling of information is happening. Recycle. Caleb, all these people that are debating, like it's literally like recycle. So I just wanted some new stuff.
Yeah, no,
The debate? No, he's still running away from me. If someone came on here and sent me a super chat, hey Max, you're scared to debate me, I would be like, hey, email me, let's arrange it. I'm not scared to debate anyone. And
I think.
And he said to me, Max, you scared to debate me? I say, email me. I'm not scared to debate anyone.
Oh yeah, he's not scared to debate anyone, but he for sure he heard this podcast.
Uh-oh. I guess he heard me there, huh? Okay, so now y'all can hear him better. Yeah. So yeah, right there. Yeah, since I don't need this no more, have that thing around my neck. Yep. So there it is. I mean, here's my thing, man. Like being in the company of those globe people, it is what it is, man. You do what you do. Even if you're out there just getting it with Jaren, doing whatever it is you do, just go ahead and whatever. Like I know there's a lot of us that like to debate. There are a lot of us that like to debate, and it is what it is, man. Like you want to debate, you debate. Me personally, if you're not coming with curvature to demonstrate curvature, to measure curvature, you have nothing. I don't care what the sky is doing. I don't care if if a Millennium Falcon shows up in the sky. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the sky is doing. This is their spin. A lot of people, and here's the thing, is a lot of people are falling for it, right? And you're gonna here's another thing. Maybe we hadn't discussed this, but a lot of people, when you have to meet the people where they are. They only know what they know. A lot of people, right? So you can quiz them. You could give them the, if you know this quiz, then you're good, right? Then we can kind of go into advanced freaking, advanced movements of the heavenly bodies. If you could ask them, hey, what's the Earth doing, right? How fast is it spinning at its equator? At its equator? Shit. How fast is it spinning up here in the Northeast, right? It's around like 850 miles an hour, some shit like that. But how fast is it spinning up? How fast is it moving through? If you ask them the basic questions that every fucking flat Earth has the answer to, and they can't answer, then I mean, use that as your leverage, I guess, right? Not saying that you're taking advantage of anyone, but basically use that to demonstrate, like, hey, you don't even know these are the basics of what you guys say that this place is, right? That's something that I learned from y'all. I typically see that we know that we ask that. This is like elementary freaking Earth movement, and not what it's doing 101, right? And so basically we just present this to them, like, this is your dogma, this is your cosmology, I guess you could say. And so if they can't stomach that, then they're not ready. Because what a lot of them are going to come to you and say, a lot of you are going to come and they're going to say, hey, it doesn't make any sense. Of course it doesn't make sense. Flat Earth didn't make much sense to some of us either, right? It's like, I get it. I don't think that when a glober truly says it doesn't make sense, they mean it doesn't make sense. They don't get it because they're so used to the curve. They're so used to stuff curving. When you go outside and then you measure the horizon, the horizon's not doing any of that. It isn't. And it's not because I said it's not doing any of that. It just isn't. So they have to use those dishonesty tactics. They have to go to Antarctica, or they claim to have gone, which even that in itself is a mystery because Witsit still hasn't presented a ticket. I don't know if y'all know that or not, or if y'all care. Y'all probably don't, and I don't blame you. Witsit, if you care to know, Witsit has not presented a ticket. Witsit, no ticket. That's his name. Witsit, no ticket, Austin. Or Austin, no ticket, Witsit. I coined that. Anyway, yeah, so we were all there. Giselle, absolutely. We were all there. So not that I feel pity for them, but at the same time, I'm like, I kind of get it. If you don't get it, I get that you don't get it. But at the same time, if you care, kind of like what we mentioned earlier, Eddie Banjo isn't going to talk to those guys because they don't want, they have their minds made up as to what they're going to do. The same thing with the Globe people. They have their minds made up as to how they want to think. They're like, it's a globe. That's it. It can't be nothing else. There's no way it could be anything else. And I understand. There were times where I wouldn't want to listen. There were times where I didn't listen to reason for a multitude of stuff, right? I just didn't. People would try to explain stuff to me, and I didn't listen to reason. There are times when people have sent me links to watch some things. I know Maria, she freaking burns her hair out trying to freaking get me to watch some stuff, and I don't do it. Not that I'm trying to be contrite. Not that I'm trying to be a contrarian to any of the stuff. Not at all. It's just that either I forget, or two, I just forget. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I mean to. Some people are like that, right? And so they don't know what they're missing if they're forgetting. But truly, Globers aren't interested. You have to make it to where they're interested in understanding why you see it that way. You know what I'm saying? If they don't if they're not, like, I used to blow up at people, right? And I had to grow up out of that. I had to grow up. And I'm glad that I grew up out of that, because it doesn't matter, even if I think I'm right or not, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't have to be coming at people like that. You know what I'm saying? So I could just present the information. And the thing is, I've grown past the notion of people making fun of me. I've grown past it strictly because it's correct. Like, it's correct. And so as long as I'm comfortable with what it is I'm presenting, I have no shame. And so I shouldn't really get mad. It's easy to say in practice right now, but while it's happening, it's sometimes it's a hard pill to swallow, to just kind of let your ego take an ass whooping, right? Whether you're right or wrong, it's sometimes it could be hard on some people. But I think the best way to win in these instances is because we're confident in our position. We know that we have them checkmated. You know what I'm saying? If we didn't have these people checkmated, they wouldn't be on our ass the way they are. If they weren't checkmated the way they are. I hope that makes sense and that kind of resonates with y'all. Because I've never seen people like jump on our, like, I had a dude jump in my DMs on Facebook just so he could challenge me to a debate. And I'm like, there's no debate. Like, I had to tell this dude, like, leave me alone, like, go somewhere, or else I'll report you and have them shut your channel down. So really, that's what it boils down to. And it's not me trying to be all Mr. Know-it-all and no, not at all. I'm just saying, I'm just giving you a lick of advice that would probably save you some time. And yeah, carry skates. The war is it's over, right? It's over. It's not something for us to fight, but rather something for us to facilitate, something for us to teach the guys that think we're crazy. And really, all it boils down to is whether they're interested or not. Because the more people get uncomfortable with their situation, they're going to start to reconsider their position. I promise you that people are going to reconsider, or they're going to see things in a way that maybe they didn't need us barking over their shoulder or yelling them, telling them how silly they are, how blind they are. They just were in a position to be relaxed and see the world a particular way, to where now they have some serious questions. But that takes a little bit of I'm sure there's a word for it, of humility, I guess you could say, right? Dropping your ego a degree or 20, and just letting it ride out. I tell you what, globe people, man, and it's not me bragging or showing off or nothing like that. Like, there really isn't anything to lose when you're telling the truth like this. That's all it is. You don't have to believe us, but there's a difference. You could believe or you don't have to believe. We know. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know what this place isn't doing. We know for a fact what this place isn't doing. And we've given it to you all the time. And we know that you know, because then you say, well, why don't you have a model? Like, you're going off of things that it doesn't matter whether we have a model or not. And I'd argue and I'd say that the Gleason's map explains plenty, right? The Gleason's map is used to this day. Traveling from point A to point B is used by maps similar to the Gleason's map, a la the C.S. Hammond's map, right? Of 1942 specifically, 42, 43-ish, something like that, right? A lot of people, Charles Mortimer, have made the same type of map. C.S. Hammond has got the big map that, kind of like we have. Urbano Monti has a map extremely similar, a little bit more detailed than what it is we have, but it's still serviceable. That's what's crazy, is Monty's map is still usable. So if we ran out of maps and all we had was Monty's maps, that still works, believe it or not. Maybe not to a super fine detail, like you want to go from Brooklyn to Queens. Maybe not like that. But if you wanted to go from freaking, Sri Lanka and India, and you wanted to, say, fly down to Madagascar, right? I don't know how many thousand miles, but looking at it on a map, you could fly there. You'd know exactly how to get there. You know what I'm saying? You know exactly how to get there. And I think, let me see. And I think Sri Lanka is it's probably right on the Tropic of Cancer, if I'm not mistaken, or it's probably above it. But Madagascar is it's right there at the Tropic of Capricorn. So you're basically crossing the hemisphere. You're going from north to south, essentially, and that's, I would imagine that that would be a straight shot. So even Monty's map, even Urbano Monty's map, and if you don't know what Sri Lanka is, it's in the southeastern portion of India. It's that little tiny island. Even Urbano Monty's map, like, it's still good to this day. And what's crazy is, again, this is something that we discussed a few days ago on the channel. Nothing is moving. Nothing is going anywhere. The tropics remain the same. The tropics have never changed. They've remained in place since we know, definitely for the last 400 years, because you even had AI, and I showed to you guys, AI came around and said, oh, by the way, the tropics have, or the poles have shifted 6 degrees every year. So it's moved like well over 2,000, I think 2,000 miles over the last 400 years is what they've said. 2,000 miles the pole has moved, right? 2,000 miles or 2,000 feet, something like that. I think it's 2,000 miles if I'm not mistaken. They said it's moved, but once you go back to the 430-year-old map, everything is in place. Your tropics are still in the same exact place, basically saying that the sun maintains itself within those bounds, moving from east going to the west, and it's never changed. Now, maybe the land masses have changed a little bit, right? Changes here, changes there. Like, this is a world that we are not, that 400-year-old world, we'll never know. We can read all the books till we're blue in the face. We will never know. We will never know. Circulated to deceive enemies. No, I got you. I see you, Dr. Bose. I feel you on that. I could see that too, because this world and these people are just full of deception. But with Monty's map, I know I'm going back to Monty's map, but even with Monty's map, those are the bounds of the sun, at least from what we're taught. So if we're going with the official narrative, right, of where the sun goes, the furthest that it goes within the bounds of the tropics. This place ain't moving. It's not moving. That's my measuring stick. And yes, I would like to believe that they're hiding land, but I don't know for sure. But yeah, like these things are easy, right? And these things aren't going to change anytime soon. And I think it's important that we just understand the easy stuff. We don't need to know all that. Like, they're gonna throw all this extra scientific stuff, because the thing about Globers, because we were there, you want to sound smart. Witsit is like part Glober because he loves to sound smart, right? Witsit loves saying these big words that nobody knows what the fuck he's talking about, and then it's like it mesmerizes people. Like, what the hell does that mean? I don't even know what that word means, right? No strike on him. I'm just saying he uses these big words, and I'm like, nah, he's doing too much. He ain't even got to do all that. You got to do is say, just give me curvature. Can't give me curvature? Well, it looks like the Earth is in a ball. It's that simple. It's that simple. I think these Globers have come to a point of exhaustion with this whole thing, and I don't blame them. Like, there's nothing to argue. The same way we were lied to about Artemis, this is the same way you are lied to about Artemis. You were lied to about Artemis, whether you want to believe that or not. We were lied to about everything. So here's the thing I want you Globers to remember, is that if you believe the Epstein files thing, like those kids getting kidnapped and raped and tortured and eaten and disemboweled and all that stuff, they did that to, I'm sure, to kids that believe that the Earth was a globe too. or that could care less, but they probably were taught the same bullshit we were taught. You know what I'm saying? Those guys were taught that the earth is a ball. They were taught that. And they go out and they rape kids and they eat them up, and then they suck off little boys and shit. Like, they do nasty shit like that. Still believe the earth is a ball. Ain't that fucked up? It's a fact, Jack. It's a fact. And then they're gonna pay those same guys, right? Those same dudes pay money for NASA. They pay money for BlackRock. They pay money for Open AI and all them other motherfuckers. You know, like, they pay money for that. They pay money for those dudes. They play golf with them. They eat dinner with them. They have sex with their wife, and then they have sex with that guy's wife, and Lord knows what other debaucherous shit they do. But they do it, right? Those are their little role bras. But they're all hiding the same bullshit. They all believe in the same lie. They all believe in that shit, and they believe in the same stuff you do. Yeah, none of those. I can tell you right now, with how those motherfuckers are acting, none of those motherfuckers act as if the earth is flat. None of those dudes act as if they're gonna pay the price for their fucking transgressions. None of them act like that. None of them act like that. Centero, how you doing, family? I think I said what's up to you earlier. It's good to see you. Yeah, none of those dudes do that, man. None of those dudes act like that. And I mean, it is what it is, man. People have their way to grow. People have their way of living this life, and that's how they want to do things, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But no, I don't know. That shit ain't for me. That shit ain't for me. No, sir. I don't know. But we are close, family. We are close. Guys, go ahead. Send me your address. I got some good stuff that I got along the way. Send me your address. I need to offload some of it. So I want to send it your way, y'all. I don't want to keep all this to myself. Of course not. But I totally want to send some of what I found, some of what I've seen, share it with the rest of you guys so you guys could see it. I might. Let me see. Do I have any of it? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let me see. Yep. Yeah, I might have some of this stuff that I want to show you guys. Yeah, I might have some stuff. Yeah, actually I do. I want to show you guys something that I found that was a little bit interesting. And this is why, I've been trying to get in contact with Shawnee B, but Shawnee B's like, yeah, I'll get with you, man. And that motherfucker just totally, he ignores me. That's all good though. There's a whole bunch of stuff I've been trying to show him, but Shawnee B act like he's too good for people, man. Shawnee B be acting like he's too good for people, man. For real. Shame on you, Shawnee B. You know? Let me see if I can get this thing. Give me a second, y'all. I'll get it. Oh, get it? I'll get it for y'all here. Give me a second. Yeah. Zippity zip zip. Boom. All right. Boom. Let me say that. Hold on now. Hold your horses. Just bear with me, y'all. Just making sure that all this stuff. No, wrong way. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I came across that I want you guys to definitely see. Don't want to miss out on. Where is this thing? Where is it? Oh, give me a break. Okay, hold on, y'all. Oh, fuck. Really? Oh, boy. All right. Oh, so of course I wouldn't have that motherfucker. How fucking convenient. Oy. So, okay, let me show it to y'all. Oh, how fucking convenient. How convenient. How convenient. How convenient. So, I saw this. Like, I pass by these things all the fucking time. Let me share that with y'all. Hold on. Boom. I don't know if you guys could see it. But yeah, that is in downtown Norfolk. That is the, oh Christ. That's a post office, I think, downtown Norfolk. This is downtown Norfolk, right across the street from the whatchamacallit. Downtown Norfolk. So if you were to go to Norfolk in VA, like this is everywhere, right? This is all over Norfolk. And I was right across the street at the Hilton. It's just one of, like, there's so many of these freaking things. I've just been everywhere I go. These things are all over the place. These things are all over the place. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna send this damn thing. This thing is just fucking driving me crazy. How this motherfucker just. Let's see. No. Norfolk. There. Okay, good. All right. Oh yeah, this is weird. This is where it gets real weird. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all. Oh man. I wasn't planning on showing you guys, but since I'm here and I'm remembering, I'm gonna show y'all. You know what I'm saying? So just bear with me. It's coming. This is weird. This is actually in New York. I was driving up to Connecticut, and so yeah, I was going over the Hudson and everything else, the Hudson River Bridge, I think. I forgot what bridge it was. Yeah, I forgot what bridge it was, but I was going up to Connecticut. Hold on. This is yeah, this is wild. Where that thing at? No. Hold on, y'all. Okay, it's coming up. DJ Curious in there. Sister Maria. What's up? Hold on. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So send that. That should be coming in right now. Give me 1 second. All right. It's coming up. So bear with me. Bear with me. Okay. Boom. Boom. Yeah, I'm surprised that nobody's seen, or I'm sure people have seen it, but they didn't think nothing of it. Okay, so let me stop talking about it and let me start showing it. Yeah. Okay, man, digital cameras, man. Thank God I got a analog camera, because digital cameras just are not doing. They are not the move. I can tell you that right now. Okay, check these out. Okay, you guys can see that, right? I think you can. So this is me going over the bridge. Forgot what bridge that was. I forgot what bridge that was. Jesus, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. But either way, I was headed up north. And right here, you can see this rockiness. This is what sucks about digital cameras. It looks fake. It looks fake as hell. Like this looks super blurred out. But if you look, this is rock face that I was passing by, right? So I was right next to a construction site and I pulled over immediately because of what I was seeing. And here it is right here. Construction site. That dude came up to me. He was like, "Sir, you can't be here." I was like, "Huh?" He's like, "You can't be here." I was like, "Yeah, I know." And then he was like, "You kind of act like you're in the military. You were in the military, right?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah." And I think he saw the front of my car. But yeah, there goes some of the bricking. But I think that's just a barrier up here. If you guys could see it, that's some of the brick. It's not brick face, but let me show you this. All right. Let me show you this. And he was getting upset. He was like, "You know, that's illegal, right?" I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "All right." Now, this is where it starts getting crazy. This is within this rock. All over the rock, then you had this going on right here. You had that going on. And then you had this going on. Then you had that going on. All over that bitch. Yeah. You had it all in there. So, like, I was driving and I just stopped immediately. I stopped immediately so I could take a look at that. I was like, "Whoa." And then I just pulled over. I was like, "What's going on here? What is this?" So I went ahead and that's the reason why I took a picture of where the bridge was. So if and when you guys decide that you're going to go in that area, or if you live by that area and you already know where it is that I'm at and that looks familiar, you then could stop there yourself and you could see it for yourself. You could stop there yourself and you could see it for yourself, because it's crazy how this stuff, now that our eyes are starting to open a little bit, it's just crazy how this stuff it's like within reach. Everywhere you turn, it's just everywhere, right? And so this is just one of those things. And I could tell you right now, in the Northeast where I live, like, it's all over the place. It is everywhere. It's all over the place. It's all over the place, like that stuff. So you're going to be within striking distance of a building, of a structure, of some features, right? Your local post office is going to be one of those buildings. Like, these things are everywhere. Like Sue Finelli, that's right. Sue, you had the crazy stuff in San Fran, right? It's everywhere. And San Francisco is another one. San Francisco's another place that's strange as hell. Got all this old shit. No, just it's not all right. So we have somebody in here just trying to make jokes. I get it. So you're sitting there. If you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. Nobody's keeping you here. You're not being forced to stay here. So if you don't want to be here, you're more than welcome to leave. So what she showed in San Fran, like, it just looks strange. That stuff just doesn't make, it's just out of the way they talk about it. It's just out of time, I guess you could say. I don't even know. Synchronastic, synchronastic. There's a word for it, where the structure doesn't fit the time frame. I guess synchronastic. There's a name for it. And shout out to My Lunch Break. Those channels are amazing. There are, and guys, if you don't know, there are a bunch of good channels, right? There's I Am Carol's, there's My Lunch Break, there's Lucius Aurelian, there is the Mysterious S. Mysterious S has some real good stuff. There is Jared Boosters, Jared Boosters, right? And these guys all have old world stuff, amazing stuff, and they go hard in the paint. You know what I'm saying? Like I have like onesies, twosies, a couple of pictures here and there, but these guys go into full detail. There are a lot of amazing channels that are going over the old world final, going over the old world, right? John Levy, right? John Levy had one the other day that said something, proof of something. I didn't watch it. I wanted to save it, and I think I'm going to watch it tonight. I'm probably going to watch it tonight. Good stuff. But it's not just like My Lunch Break obviously rules the roost, right? But those channels that I named, the Jared Boosters, the I am Caros, he does some good stuff. He doesn't go on all the time, but he does some really good stuff. I am Kairos. I am Kairos. Right? Sounds like a Greek name a little bit. Good channel though. Very good channel. PC Italia. PC Italia goes over the old maps, and he went over. I think he didn't go over Urbano Monte's map. Data B1 recently is one that I went over. He's got an amazing channel, and he goes into Monte's map specifically in detail. He does an asynchronous. I think it's asynchronous. I think that might be it. I think that might be it. It's gonna come to me after I get off tonight. I promise you that. That's how it usually works. Yeah. So Sufanelli, you know I am Kairos. Really good channel. Satan's Little Season, have all those. Yeah. And there was a channel that Maria put me on that she's a big time Christian, real hot lady, real pretty looking, right? And she does maps as well. She does the maps where she finds Jesus's name everywhere. Where Jesus's name Jesus, and it's all over the east. It's all over where the east starts to begin, all over by the Bering Strait, right? Strange stuff. Sea of Isis, like all kinds of weird stuff. PC Italian, yep. He did, yep. PC Italian, that's who it is, yep. PC Italian. These are good channels, right? You don't necessarily have to agree with them, but it adds a layer of perspective that maybe you weren't. Which I look at all these channels and I look at all their stuff, and I don't necessarily have to fully agree with what they have to say, but I think a lot of times they get me. Leaving Babylon. Thank you, Maria. That's who it is. Leaving Babylon. So she's a really good channel. I like her stuff. She just made another video recently, actually. But I think what these channels tend to do is I don't have to agree with everything they say, but they get me looking in a direction that maybe I didn't go. And I think if you guys haven't given these channels their fair share or their fair shot, I would recommend you guys check these guys out, right? Check these guys out, see if there's anything there, and I think you'd be surprised. See a melting build. Yeah, you see the melted stuff it's all over the place. Carry skates. I don't know if you've ever been to Vegas. You might live in Vegas for all I know. But down in Vegas, you have a place called the Valley of Fire or Fire Valley. And that looks like it's been melted. Fire Valley. Fire Valley. Yeah, in Vegas. I think it's south of Vegas. Yeah. Jason Jack, I'm going to check him out. Yeah. Okay, yeah, in Mexico. Okay. Yeah, but this place, Valley of Fire in central Mexico is melted. Doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. It almost seems as if, okay, so central Mexico it's by the It's by the Tropic of Cancer. It looks like that band along the Tropic of Cancer, especially when you go into Africa, like all that is blanched. Like that portion around where once you start entering Western Africa and then you start hitting inland, like a lot of that is blanched. Going into Morocco, Algeria, and Mali, and all them other spots, like within like Central Africa, Mauritania, and all that, a lot of that is blanched. It looks like it's just been burnt the fuck out. And it's like and then you continue, and then Saudi Arabia gets the same thing. And it's all along the same fucking thing. It's crazy. It's as if the sun just like slipped or something and it just burnt that whole fucking area. It's wild as hell. It's wild as hell. Yeah, the desert areas I feel got like the concentration. Yep. Jason Jack. I'm gonna check this Jason Jack out that y'all keep talking about. Who remembers Billy Jack? Remember that kung fu movie, Billy Jack? Jason Jack. Check him out. Yeah. But all them regions just look wild as hell. Yeah. Yep, all them regions just look wild as hell. And here's the thing, like, okay, so what I took a picture of, I don't know if those bricks are old or if they're why they're there, how long they've been there. That's not my job, right? I'm taking a picture of it. I'm just like, that looks weird. Okay. I take a picture of it, I put it up there, and this is part of why I feel the app is so important, right? The app that we're building, the OWRS, Old World Ruins and Structures. It's not necessarily our job to say, hey, this is exactly what this is, because we don't know. Our job is to get these things documented, is to get these things on site. Everybody knows about it because look, you guys live in a place that you guys have access to some stuff that we may never see, right? From where we are right now, but you can change that. This is why Old World Ruins and Structures is such an important app, and it's for everybody to document these things because we have no idea what's in front of us, right? And if it turns out that it's nothing, then it's nothing. But not everything is like that. Tomb of Illumination. Yep. I was on his, I think, were you on his show the other day, Dr. Bose? I think you were. Yes, you were. Dr. Bose, you were on his show the other day. Lindsay went live the other day. Tomb of Illumination. And of course, those Globers, they think that this place is a water ball spinning at nearly 2,000 miles an hour. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, man. So he went live. That was pretty interesting. That's what's up. I got to see Dr. Bose was in the chat too. And you guys, yeah, I remember you guys were on vacation. I think you guys were in South Dakota or Idaho, something like that. I know you guys were on vacation enjoying yourselves. So yeah. Yeah, I know I'm dating myself. Billy Jack. Everybody saw Billy Jack when we were kids, man. Everybody saw that movie. Everybody saw Billy Jack. Had that hat on and stuff, them cowboy boots. Billy Jack. That's some bullshit. Dusty Slay. I'm gonna check him out. Dusty Slay. I'm gonna check him out. Dusty Slay. Yeah. Oh, so if you guys don't know, Feed Your Mind TV. Oh, here's another thing. Feed Your Mind TV. Cheyenne. Okay, yeah, you are in Wyoming. Yes, Wyoming. Okay. You are in Wyoming. All right. So Feed Your Mind TV just recently said that he's been demonetized on YouTube. So check out Feed Your Mind TV. That's our people, man. He's a flat earther. He's a flat earther through and through. Amazing, amazing, amazing content. Feed Your Mind TV today did something on the movie that came out, Begonia. From what he said, that movie is fire. Begonia. B-U-G Bugonia. B-U-G Onia. O-N-I-A. Bugonia. That is the movie with Emma Stone. Guys, listen. I can't there was a channel that I used to go get these movies, but apparently they tore it down. So now I gotta look for a place where I could get free movies and stuff, right? Because the old stuff don't work no more. So it's called Begonia. It's let me put that in there. So I'm gonna try to have you old people remember. That shit ain't gonna happen. Yeah, Zen Garcia. Yeah, Zen Garcia is he's the one that won the case. Zen Garcia. Yeah, I heard of Zen Garcia. He is a flat earther. Okay, so you saw that movie, huh? Okay, check that out. He was live earlier. I'm gonna check him out. Dusty Slay. Yeah. Yeah. So, all right, fam. Well, shit. I think we're 2.5 hours in the hole. So I'm gonna let y'all have it tonight. I gotta be up in like almost 6 hours, but definitely 5 and change. So I gotta be up here shortly. I'm gonna let y'all have it. Family, it was fun tonight. It was definitely real. Flat Earth Banjo, I know he's going to be putting some stuff out. I think he might be putting some stuff out about this crazy thing with Pastor Duffy and all that stuff this Sunday. I would imagine that he is. So don't quote me on that, but yeah, I'll come back to it, Carrie. I promise I will. Just I used to watch him years ago. Yeah, Zen Garcia. But yeah, I'm gonna come back to it slowly but surely. I have to get my ducks in a row for you guys so I can present to y'all all that I saw. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. And so yeah, again, guys, if you have my address, you have my email address. Leave me your address so I could send you what I like to send. Okay. Yeah. I appreciate you guys, family, and thank you, Maria Walker. Much appreciated, sis. Love you. Thank you so much. All right, family. So you guys have the info. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop it for you guys again. Hey, we're close. Family, we are close. We're close to getting phase 2 of this app done. Let's get it done. Let's throw a little bit of love at the app. Throw a little bit of love. $1 works. Buy me a coffee. If you want to buy me a coffee, right there. Those are your 2 links, PayPal or Cash App. OWRS Ruins and Structures. Buy me a coffee. Buy a boy a coffee. Let's get this thing done. We are close. We are close. Let me see. So we are in May now. We could get it done. I don't see why we can't have this done before the end of June. I don't see why we can't have this $2,000 done before the end of June. I don't see why we can't. It's only $2,000. I know it just sounds like it's cheap. It sounds like it's nothing, but I know it's tough. But it's only $2,000. I think we can knock it out. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm going to throw my ankles in it. But yeah, let's knock it down, y'all. Let's get this thing done. $2,000 and change to go. Yeah, phase 2, the OWRS. Let's do it. Let's do it. Almost home, baby. Almost home. Almost home. Almost home, baby. Almost home. So anyway, fam, I'm going to let you guys have it for tonight. It was an amazing night. You guys have a good time. Let's pray for our brothers and sisters that are out there that are dealing with stuff. And let's just talk to one another. Let's keep an eye on one another. A shout out. Oh, did anybody get with Valley Parks' family? Give me a call or give me an email if you had. and send me whatever information. I'd like to just throw a little love on something, man, and help the family out. I don't know what it is they're dealing with, expenses and stuff. Any which way that we can help. But if we can help as a team, I think that would be best. But if not, then any way I could help. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to help. I'd like to do something. Anyway, fam, I want to let you guys have it. Again, shout out to you guys. Appreciate you guys for coming tonight. We got a big lineup. I'm sure Sav is on right now. So definitely go hop on Sav's show. And yeah, we'll probably do it again this weekend. All right, fam, that's all my time. That's all my time for the night. Shout out to you guys. Flat Bob, much love. Stay safe. Everybody stay safe. Everybody keep an eye on one another. Everybody show love to your neighbor. Much love, much love. Peace out. Wish you guys nothing but the best. Health, wealth, love, joy, prosperity. Most of all, wisdom, 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 family. Let's be wise. Let's be safe. Let's take care of one another, fam. And with that, fam, I love y'all. I am out. Peace, peace.
Yes.